exploring the science, physiology, and wellness applications of molecular hydrogen and hydrogenated water. For centuries, humanity has searched for the elusive elixir of life, a simple, universally accessible substance capable of warding off disease, preserving youthful vitality, and reversing the ravages of cellular aging. While ancient mythologies looked to mystical springs, modern science is increasingly turning its gaze toward the simplest, lightest, and most abundant element in the universe: hydrogen, H2. Long dismissed by mainstream medicine as a biologically inert byproduct of gut fermentation, molecular hydrogen has undergone a dramatic renaissance over the past 2 decades. Sparked by a landmark 2007 study published in Nature Medicine by Dr. Shigeo Oda and his team, the scientific community has published over 2,000 peer-reviewed papers demonstrating that molecular hydrogen is far from inert. Instead, it functions as a subtle yet potent physiological regulator, acting on the front lines of redox biology, inflammation control, and mitochondrial optimization. Among the various delivery mechanisms, ranging from gas inhalation and saline injections to topical baths, hydrogenated water, water infused with dissolved molecular hydrogen gas, has emerged as the most popular, practical, and heavily investigated medium for daily wellness. This comprehensive examination explores the physiochemical properties of molecular hydrogen, the intricate cellular mechanisms through which hydrogenated water exerts its therapeutic effects, and its expanding role in modern holistic wellness, clinical longevity, and athletic optimization. The physics and chemistry of molecular hydrogen. To understand why hydrogenated water has captured the attention of integrative practitioners and biohackers alike, one must first examine the unique structural characteristics of the hydrogen molecule, H2. 1. Structural minimalism and bioavailability. Molecular hydrogen is the smallest molecule in existence. Consisting of just 2 protons and 2 electrons covalently bonded, it possesses a minuscule molecular weight, 2.016 grams per mole, and a neutral electrical charge. Unlike conventional exogenous antioxidants, such as vitamin C, vitamin E, or resveratrol, which are relatively large, complex organic structures, H2 can diffuse effortlessly across biological membranes. It does not require specialized transport proteins or membrane receptors. It effortlessly traverses lipid bilayers, enters the cytoplasm, penetrates intracellular organelles like mitochondria and the nucleus, and readily crosses the blood-brain barrier. 2. Solubility and saturation dynamics. At standard temperature and pressure, STP, molecular hydrogen gas has a low solubility in water, reaching saturation at approximately 1.6 parts per million, ppm, or 1.6 milligrams per liter, with a partial pressure of 1 atmosphere. While this concentration may sound dilute by pharmaceutical standards, it translates to an astronomical number of individual molecules. A single liter of saturated hydrogen water contains roughly 4.8 times 10^20 individual H2 molecules. Because of their tiny footprint, this concentration is more than sufficient to trigger profound intracellular signaling cascades. Mechanisms of action. How hydrogen works in the body. The biological activity of molecular hydrogen defies traditional pharmacological models. Rather than operating as a heavy-handed chemical bludgeon, H2 acts via sophisticated biochemical pathways. 1. The selective antioxidant hypothesis. Oxidative stress occurs when there is an imbalance between the production of reactive oxygen species, ROS, and endogenous antioxidant defense systems. Unchecked ROS, particularly the hydroxyl radical O and peroxynitride ONO, wreak havoc on cellular macromolecules, oxidizing lipids, denaturing proteins, and mutating DNA. Molecular hydrogen acts as a selective antioxidant, targeting toxic radicals. H2 reacts specifically with the most cytotoxic oxygen radicals OH and ONO, reducing them into harmless water. Preserving physiological signaling. Unlike broad-spectrum antioxidants that can wipe out all free radicals indiscriminately, H2 leaves beneficial signaling ROS untouched. Reactive oxygen species such as superoxide anions O2, hydrogen peroxide H2O2, and nitric oxide NO serve crucial roles in vascular tone, immune defense, and gene expression. By leaving these signaling molecules intact, hydrogen avoids disrupting normal metabolic redox signaling. 2. Modulation of gene expression and upregulation of endogenous defenses. Beyond direct radical scavenging, modern research reveals that molecular hydrogen acts as an indirect master regulator of cellular defense. It upregulates the NRF2, nuclear factor erythroid 2-related factor 2, pathway. When cellular stress is detected, NRF2 dissociates from its repressor protein, KEAP1, and translocates into the nucleus, binding to antioxidant response elements, R. This orchestrates the transcription of the body's premier endogenous antioxidant and detoxification enzymes, including superoxide dismutase, SOD, catalase, CAT, glutathione peroxidase, GPX, heme oxygenase 1, HO1. 3. Anti-inflammatory and anti-apoptotic signaling. Chronic low-grade inflammation is recognized as the common soil from which nearly all modern chronic illnesses sprout. Molecular hydrogen exerts powerful anti-inflammatory effects by suppressing key pro-inflammatory cytokine cascades, including tumor necrosis factor alpha, interleukin-1 beta, interleukin-6, high mobility group box1, HMGB1, protein. Simultaneously, hydrogen exhibits profound anti-apoptotic, cell survival, properties. By mitigating mitochondrial membrane depolarization and suppressing caspase-3 activation, H2 prevents premature, programmed cell death in vulnerable tissues subjected to ischemia, trauma, or toxic stress. Hydrogenated water in systems biology and wellness. Because oxidative stress and inflammation are systemic issues, the clinical and wellness applications of hydrogenated water span multiple physiological systems. 1. Metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, and gut health. Metabolic syndrome, characterized by abdominal obesity, hypertension, dyslipidemia, and hyperglycemia, is fundamentally driven by oxidative stress in adipose tissue and the liver. Glucose homeostasis. Clinical evaluations involving patients with type 2 diabetes and impaired glucose tolerance indicate that regular consumption of hydrogenated water improves lipid and glucose metabolism, reducing serum cholesterol and normalizing insulin resistance markers. The microbiota gut axis. The human colon naturally produces hydrogen gas via the anaerobic bacterial fermentation of dietary fibers. Drinking hydrogenated water introduces H2 directly into the upper gastrointestinal tract, rapidly shifting local redox conditions, suppressing pathogenic bacterial overgrowth, and supporting gut barrier integrity. This reduces systemic endotoxemia, lipopolysaccharides leaking into the bloodstream, which is a primary trigger for chronic systemic inflammation. 2. Neuroprotection and cognitive vitality. The brain consumes roughly 20% of the body's oxygen while possessing a relatively sparse antioxidant defense system, making neural tissue exceptionally vulnerable to oxidative damage. Blood-brain barrier penetration. Because H2 crosses the blood-brain barrier with ease, it acts directly within neural parenchyma. Animal and early human trials suggest that hydrogen therapy helps mitigate neuroinflammation linked to mild cognitive impairment, traumatic brain injuries, TBI, and neurodegenerative conditions. 3. Athletic performance and exercise recovery. For athletes and active wellness seekers, managing exercise-induced oxidative stress and lactic acid accumulation is paramount. Combating fatigue. Strenuous exercise floods skeletal muscle tissue with transiently high levels of free radicals, contributing to acute fatigue and delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS. Hydrogen water acts as a rapid recovery aid. Cellular energy optimization. Studies indicate that H2 supports mitochondrial efficiency and adenosine triphosphate, ATP, synthesis, minimizing blood lactate accumulation during high-intensity training and preserving muscle force production. 4. Dermatology and skin health. Skin is constantly bombarded by environmental stressors, including ultraviolet, UV, radiation, atmospheric pollution, and internal metabolic waste. Photoaging defense. Topical application or systemic ingestion of hydrogen-rich water helps neutralize UV-induced hydroxyl radicals in skin layers. Collagen protection. By suppressing matrix metalloproteinases, MMPs, enzymes that break down collagen when activated by inflammation, hydrogen supports skin elasticity, moisture retention, and wrinkle reduction. As consumer interest in molecular hydrogen has surged, the market has been flooded with various devices and supplements designed to deliver H2. Navigating this landscape requires an understanding of practical delivery methods and pharmacokinetics. My next video will touch specifically this subject. Check soon. Remember to subscribe to my channel so you will be notified when my new videos are published. Like and share this video too. Thank you.